I was almost 6 miles into the Arizona desert when I found this. There were no roads leading to it, no buildings, no power lines. But somehow, it still had electricity. 3 hours earlier, this was supposed to be a normal hike. I found an old trail marked on a topographic map west of the main highway. There wasn't much information about it. Just an old service route disappearing into several miles of empty desert. That was enough to make me curious. I knew I'd be away from the road for most of the day, so I packed more than I normally would. 3 liters of water, first aid kit, GPS, power bank, headlamp, and a small emergency radio. There was no cell service out here. Once I left the car, I'd be on my own. For the first couple of miles, the trail was surprisingly easy to follow. Faded tire tracks, a few old wooden markers. Nothing unusual, but eventually the tracks stopped. Not faded. Stopped. Like whoever used this road had simply abandoned it. I checked the GPS. According to the old map, the service road should have continued for another 4 miles. That's when I found the first thing that didn't belong here. Half buried beneath the sand was an old cable. It wasn't telephone wire, and it was far too thick to be fencing. I followed it. It ran straight toward the mountain. About 20 minutes later, the cable disappeared underneath the rock, and then I saw it. At first, I thought it was the entrance to an old mine, but mines don't usually have doors like this. The steel was covered in rust and sand. Whatever this place was, nobody had maintained it in decades. Then I noticed the markings. Property of the United States government. And underneath, Facility 17. I'd never heard of it. That's when something caught my eye. A badge reader. The casing looked as old as everything else, but there was a light on it. Green. I checked it twice because I thought it might just be sunlight reflecting off the plastic. It wasn't. Something behind that door still had power. I started looking around for another entrance. That's when I noticed something carved into the concrete beside the door. Most of it had been destroyed by weather, but one line was still readable. Emergency egress. Keep clear. Egress. Not entrance. This door wasn't designed to get people inside. It was designed to get them out. After an hour trying to understand what I had in front of my eyes, I hear a sound. It was louder. I could feel it through the ground. The light turned red, and before I could even process what was happening, the door started to open. I got behind the rocks and killed the camera light. For a few seconds, nothing happened. Then I saw something move. At first I thought it was a person, until it stepped into the light. I couldn't tell what I was looking at. Then it stopped. It turned toward the trail I'd come from. And that's when I realized my footprints led straight back to me. I didn't wait to find out if it had seen me. I left everything I didn't need and ran. I never found Facility 17 on another map, and I'm not going back to look for it. I spent the entire drive home trying to convince myself there was an explanation for what I saw, but there were no roads to that facility, no records, and somehow that door still had power. I don't know what's hidden inside that mountain, but there was definitely something down there. And whatever came out of that door, I don't think I was supposed to see it. There are still a lot of places like this out there. Forgotten, hidden, waiting to be found. So this won't be my last trip. I'll see you on the next one.